Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Welcome to our deep dive into the works of Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be exploring his recurring themes and how they remain relevant to modern discussions about artificial intelligence, technology, and what it means to be human. Philip K. Dick was a prominent science fiction author of the 20th century.
Yeah.
He penned famous works like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yes.
The basis for the movie Blade Runner, along with other impactful novels like Ubik
Yes.
and The Man in the High Castle.
Right.
His writing delves into complex themes like the nature of reality, the capabilities of artificial intelligence, and the very definition of humanity.
Right.
What makes Dick's work particularly fascinating is how relevant it remains today, especially with the rapid advancements we're seeing in AI technology.
Dick's exploration of reality, for example, goes beyond simply questioning what's real. He delves into the idea that reality is not a fixed objective thing, but rather a construct, something that can be manipulated and experienced differently by each individual.
This concept of a fragile construct is a core element of his work.
Precisely. One of the most striking examples of this is his novel Ubik, where the lines between life and death become incredibly blurred. Characters who are presumed dead continue to interact with the living, but the environment around them constantly shifts and distorts. And time itself becomes unreliable. It challenges the reader to question what constitutes death and whether our perception of it is just another layer of this unstable reality.
And this exploration of subjective realities isn't limited to Ubik, right?
Absolutely.
The Man in the High Castle also plays with our perception of what's real.
Absolutely. And The Man in the High Castle, Dick constructs an alternate history where the Axis powers won World War II. What's fascinating is how he uses a book within the story. A novel depicting a different region of events. Our reality. To highlight how easily history can be manipulated and rewritten.
Interesting.
This book within a book adds a layer of metafiction, blurring the lines between what's fictional and what we perceive as real. Forcing the reader to confront the possibility that their own reality could be just as malleable.
It's a powerful concept to consider.
Yes.
Especially in today's world where we're bombarded with information from all sides. How much of what we perceive as real is actually shaped by external forces.
Exactly. Dick's work challenges us to examine our assumptions about reality and recognize that what we believe to be true might be influenced by technology, power structures, or even our own minds.
This leads directly into another central theme in Dick's work. AI and the nature of consciousness. Dick seemed particularly interested in exploring what it means to be conscious. And whether machines could ever truly be considered alive.
One of his most iconic works, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?, which inspired the film Blade Runner, tackles this question head-on. The novel presents a future where androids, called replicants, are nearly indistinguishable from humans. They look like humans. They act like humans. They even express complex emotions. This forces us to grapple with the question, what truly defines sentience?
Is it simply a matter of intelligence and the ability to mimic human behavior? Or is there something more, an intangible essence that separates humans from even the most advanced machines?
And Dick doesn't shy away from exploring the complexities of this question in the novel. The Voight-Kampf test is used to differentiate humans from replicants. What's interesting is that the test doesn't focus on intellectual capabilities. It measures empathy, the subject's emotional responses to specific scenarios.
Interesting.
Dick seems to suggest that the capacity for empathy, the ability to truly connect with another being's feelings, might be a core element of human consciousness, something that machines, even highly sophisticated ones, might struggle to replicate.
It's a fascinating concept. Especially with the advancements we're seeing in AI today. Are we moving closer to a point where machines could possess genuine empathy?
It's a question that Dick's work doesn't definitively answer, but it certainly compels us to consider the possibilities and the potential implications.
And this exploration of AI and consciousness isn't limited to replicants, right?
Right.
We can build you. Introduces the concept of simulacra.
Yes.
Okay.
Which are highly realistic replicas of historical figures. Simulacra are imbued with advanced AI, allowing them to interact with humans on an incredibly nuanced level.
Right.
What makes them particularly interesting is that they exhibit a wide range of emotions and behaviors, including what we might perceive as mental health issues.
Okay.
This further complicates the question of consciousness. If these artificial beings can experience such a spectrum of human-like emotions, can we truly deny them some level of consciousness?
And if they are conscious, does that change how we should treat them?
Right.
Do they deserve rights and respect, even if they are artificial in origin?
These are questions that become increasingly relevant as AI technology advances.
Right.
And the line between human and machine continues to blur.
Okay.
Dick's work doesn't provide simple answers, but it certainly prompts us to grapple with the ethical and philosophical challenges that lie ahead.
This brings us to another crucial question explored in Dick's work.
Okay.
What defines humanity in an age of machines? As AI becomes more sophisticated, how do we distinguish ourselves from our creations?
Right.
What will it mean to be human in a future
where
the boundaries between human and machine are increasingly ambiguous?
Right. This theme of defining humanity in the age of machines is woven throughout many of Dick's works.
Right.
In Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, for instance, the line between human and replicant is constantly tested.
Okay.
We see replicants who yearn for longer lifespans, who form emotional bonds, who even exhibit what appears to be a sense of morality.
And on the other side, we have the human protagonist, Rick Deckard, a bounty hunter tasked with retiring rogue replicants. As he interacts with these replicants, witnesses their capacity for empathy and their desperate struggle for survival. He begins to question his own humanity and the morality of his actions.
This blurring of the lines forces us to confront our own definition of what it means to be human. Is it simply a matter of biology? Or are there other factors at play, such as emotions, empathy, self-awareness, or perhaps even the capacity for suffering?
And Dick explores this further in We Can Build You.
Yes.
Where the incredibly lifelike simulacra challenge human characters to reevaluate their own sense of uniqueness and purpose as they develop complex relationships with these artificial beings. They must confront the possibility that machines could surpass them in terms of intelligence, emotional depth, and even creativity.
These narratives force us to ask some unsettling questions. What will happen to our sense of self if machines become more like us? What will be the defining characteristics that set us apart? Will we still be able to claim any special status in a world where machines can potentially outthink, outfeel, and even outcreate us?
It's a sobering thought.
Yes.
And one that leads us to another important aspect of Dick's work. His dystopian visions of the future. Dick often presented cautionary tales about the potential dangers of unchecked technological advancement, especially in the realm of AI.
These dystopian visions weren't simply about machines taking over or robots rebelling. Dick was more interested in exploring the subtle ways in which technology, particularly AI, could erode our humanity and lead to societal decay and oppression.
A prime example of this is the Minority Report. Where a pre-crime system utilizes advanced AI to predict and prevent crimes before they happen. On the surface, this seems like a positive development. Who wouldn't want to stop crime before it occurs?
But Dick delves deeper, exploring the ethical implications of such a system. If we can predict who will commit a crime, does that mean they are already guilty, even if they haven't taken any action?
Interesting.
What happens to free will in a society where our actions are prejudged by an algorithm?
And what are the consequences of relying on technology to make such life-altering decisions? Could there be biases built into these systems? Could innocent people be falsely accused and punished?
The Minority Report is a powerful cautionary tale
Okay.
about the dangers of sacrificing individual liberties in the name of security.
Right.
And the potential for AI to be used as a tool
Uh-huh.
for control and oppression.
A Scanner Darkly provides another chilling example of Dick's dystopian vision.
Right.
This novel depicts a world ravaged by drug addiction and paranoia, where surveillance technology has become so pervasive that it has eroded personal freedoms and led to a loss of identity.
The protagonist, an undercover narcotics agent, becomes so entangled in the world he's investigating, so consumed by his own paranoia and the constant surveillance he's subjected to, that he loses touch with his own sense of self. This underscores the dehumanizing effects of living in a society where privacy is non-existent and technology is used to manipulate and control individuals.
These dystopian scenarios, while fictional, serve as stark warnings about the potential consequences of allowing technology to dominate our lives. They challenge us to think critically about the direction we're heading in. And to be mindful of the potential pitfalls of unchecked technological advancement.
It's a call to action to ensure that technology is used ethically and responsibly, to safeguard individual liberties and privacy, and to prevent the dystopian futures that Dick so vividly portrays from becoming our reality.
And this concern with the ethical implications of technology is a recurring theme throughout Dick's work. He constantly forces us to confront the moral dilemmas that arise as we develop increasingly powerful technologies, especially in the realm of AI.
We've already touched upon the ethical questions raised by the Voight-Kampf test and the creation of replicants and simulacra. But Dick delves into many other ethical dilemmas as well. For example, the concept of pre-crime in the Minority Report challenges our traditional notions of justice.
Is it ethical to punish someone for a crime they haven't yet committed? Even if an algorithm predicts it with a high degree of certainty? This forces us to confront fundamental questions about free will, individual responsibility, and the very nature of justice itself.
And in Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? The practice of retiring sentient replicants raises serious ethical concerns. If these beings are capable of feeling emotions and experiencing suffering, as the novel suggests, do we have the right to exploit and kill them simply because they are not biologically human?
These questions go beyond the realm of science fiction. They're very real ethical dilemmas that we must confront as we develop increasingly sophisticated AI. Dick's work serves as a reminder that technological progress must be accompanied by careful ethical considerations. We must ensure that our creations do not come at the expense of fundamental human values and principles.
This is perhaps one of the most crucial takeaways from Dick's work. He compels us to ask, as we push the boundaries of technology, particularly in the realm of AI, what ethical lines should we draw?
How can we balance the pursuit of progress with the preservation of human dignity, autonomy, and compassion?
These questions are at the core of Dick's exploration, technology and humanity, and they remain as relevant today as they were when he first wrote them.
Now, to fully appreciate the impact of Philip K. Dick's work, it's important to understand how his ideas have influenced the landscape of science fiction and our perception of AI itself.
Dick's influence extends far beyond his own written words. His stories have served as a wellspring of ideas for filmmakers, writers, game developers, and even researchers in the field of artificial intelligence.
Let's start with his most famous adaptation, Blade Runner, which was based on Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
This film and its sequel have achieved cult classic status, not only for their stunning visuals and thought-provoking storylines, but also for their exploration of philosophical themes that resonate with audiences even today.
Blade Runner brought Dick's exploration of AI, consciousness, and the very definition of humanity to a wider audience, sparking important conversations about the future of our relationship with technology.
And Blade Runner is just the tip of the iceberg. Many other films have drawn inspiration from Dick's work, including Total Recall,
Right.
Based on the short story, We Can Remember It For You wholesale,
Okay.
and Minority Report,
Wow.
which explored the concept of pre-crime
Right.
and the implications of predictive technology.
These films,
Yes.
and others based on his stories,
Uh-huh.
helped popularize Dick's ideas
Right.
and brought complex philosophical questions about identity,
Okay.
reality,
Uh-huh.
and the nature of consciousness into the mainstream.
Dick's influence extends beyond film as well.
Okay.
The television series, The Man in the High Castle,
Right.
which imagines an alternate reality
Right.
where the Axis powers won World War II,
Right.
prompts viewers to question the nature of reality and the fragility of history.
And the anthology series Electric Dreams,
Yes.
which features standalone episodes
Uh-huh.
based on various short stories by Philip K. Dick, showcases the breadth and depth of his imagination
Right.
and his uncanny ability to weave compelling narratives
Uh-huh.
around profound philosophical concepts.
Even the world of video games has been influenced by Dick's visionary ideas.
Okay.
Games like Deus Ex and Cyberpunk 2077
Uh-huh.
incorporate elements of his dystopian visions,
Okay.
exploring themes of transhumanism,
Right.
corporate control, and the blurring lines between humans and machines.
These games often present players with difficult moral choices,
Okay.
forcing them to grapple with the same ethical dilemmas
Uh-huh.
that Dick explored in his writing.
Dick's work continues to be a touchstone for creators across various mediums, inspiring them to engage with the fundamental questions about humanity,
Okay.
technology, and the nature of reality that he so masterfully explored.
His legacy is one of challenging assumptions, provoking thought,
Right.
and encouraging us to consider the potential consequences of our technological creations. So as we conclude our deep dive into the world of Philip K. Dick, it seems crucial to reflect on the enduring relevance of his work.
Okay.
Written decades ago,
Right.
his stories continue to resonate in our current technological landscape.
It's remarkable how prescient Dick was in his exploration of themes that are now at the forefront of our cultural and technological conversations.
Right.
His work serves as a lens
Okay.
through which we can examine the potential benefits and risks of the very technologies we're developing today,
Right.
particularly in the realm of artificial intelligence.
His stories offer us a glimpse into potential futures.
Yes.
Some cautionary,
Right.
others hopeful, urging us to consider the path we're on and the choices we're making as a society.
Do androids dream of electric sheep, for instance?
Right.
Forces us to confront the ethical implications of creating beings that are almost indistinguishable from humans. As AI technology advances, we must grapple with questions of consciousness, sentience, and what rights and responsibilities we owe to our creations.
And the Minority Report serves as a potent reminder of the dangers of sacrificing individual liberties in the pursuit of security, and the potential for AI-driven systems to be used for control and oppression.
But Dick's work isn't simply about warning us of the potential dangers of technology. It also reminds us of the enduring power of human connection, empathy, and the search for meaning, even in a world increasingly dominated by machines.
In stories like We Can Build You,
Yes.
we see how even artificial beings can yearn
Right.
for connection and meaning, blurring the lines between human and machine,
Right.
and challenging our preconceived notions of what constitutes life itself.
Perhaps the most important takeaway from Philip K. Dick's work is the need for critical thinking and engagement. He doesn't offer easy answers or prescribe solutions, but rather compels us to ask difficult questions, challenge assumptions, and remain vigilant about the potential impact of our creations on ourselves and future generations.
His stories are an invitation to consider not just the what of technological advancement, but also the why and the how, urging us to ensure that our pursuit of progress doesn't come at the expense of our humanity.
As we stand at the cusp of a new era of artificial intelligence, Philip K. Dick's work remains as relevant and thought-provoking as ever, reminding us that the future is not predetermined, but rather something we shape through our choices and actions.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the works of Philip K. Dick.
You're welcome.
His exploration of reality consciousness, artificial intelligence, and the ethics of technology challenges us to think critically about the world we're creating. As we continue to advance in the realm of AI, Dick's visions serve as both warning and inspiration, prompting us to consider the kind of future we want to build.
Absolutely.
And the role we want technology to play in that future.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.